Hello guys. Welcome to Powerpack Wrestling. Today we are going to talk about WWE Friday Night Smackdown. We're kicking things off with the 16-time world champion himself, John Cena. Cena says he had to start this show tonight because he's gotten to do a lot since his return. When he begins listing what he's done since SummerSlam, the fans start a "what" chant, which leads him to list several synonyms for referee. Tonight is different. I don't wanna be no ref. I don't wanna be no host. I don't wanna be no backstage correspondent. I came back to compete, and tonight is the night I'd like to have a match. Cena's wrestling tonight. Cena states that he's furious with the Bloodline and says that he has a phenomenal partner. Cena and AJ Styles versus the Bloodline tonight. AJ asks the WWE Universe if they want the match, and it's a 100% yes from the live crowd. Styles takes a page out of Cena's book, saying if they want some, come get some. Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa have appeared ringside. Are we getting this tonight? Jimmy and Solo jump up on the apron, but then back down. Nah, says Jimmy as they back up the ramp. Moving to the backstage segment. Backstage, Cena and Styles are trying to get Adam Pearce to approve the tag match for tonight. Pearce says they know that when you deal with the Bloodline, you deal with Heyman. But he'll try and get it done. Moving to the next match. LWO with Zelina Vega vs Street Profits with Bobby Lashley. Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar start strong early, but Angelo Dawkins turns things around with one strong right to Mysterio's face. Montez Ford tags in for a beautiful dropkick. Mysterio has taken a real beating but manages to nearly get through to Santos. Tez catches him, only to be sent face first into a turnbuckle. Santos is in, and he's on fire. The former cruiserweight champion knocks Dawkins to the floor and rocks Tez with a step-up Enzouagiri. A crossbody off the top earns him a 2 count, nearly making Bobby Lashley jump in frustration. Escobar meets Ford at the very top of the turnbuckle, hitting a sky-high super hurricanrana. Still not enough. Mysterio tags in but is planted by Dawkins with the sky-high. Santos breaks it up and launches Ford to the floor, only to eat a right from Dawkins for his trouble. Dawkins launches Rey overhead, but he lands right on top of Ford. Bobby Lashley drives Mysterio into the apron with a choke slam. Despite Lashley's help, Ford is rolled up by Mysterio, who counters a powerbomb with a sunset flip. 1, 2, 3, Rey and Santos steal 1. LWO defeated the Street Profits by pinfall. Moving to the next segment. We get a recap of The Rock's big return last week, as the moment was viewed over 153 million times across WWE's social media platforms. Everyone's excited. Well, except for Austin Theory. Theory jumps over the railing and clears off the announcer's desk, furious at Michael Cole and crew for laughing at him last week and tonight. If The Rock and McAfee aren't around now, could we see Theory bring Michael Cole back to the ring? At the backstage, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire hint that the women's tag titles are cursed, and they're cursed because of something they might have done. Adam Pearce is seen talking to Paul Heyman, who is currently on the phone with, who we can only assume is Roman Reigns. Moving to the next match. Io Sky vs Asuka for WWE Women's Championship. Just before the WWE Women's Championship match starts, Charlotte Flair's music hits. The Queen sits ringside as Asuka and Io Sky get underway. Is she here for Asuka or just to spite Sky? Asuka takes the champ down with a series of deep arm drags, but Sky chases her to the top rope for an avalanche arm drag across the ring. As Asuka drops to the floor, Sky goes for a springboard moonsault, only for the challenger to dodge. A boot lays her out. Sky takes Asuka down with a springboard dropkick and follows with a running double knee for a near count. Sky moves for the over the moonsault, but Asuka blocks it, leaving her stuck in the corner for a series of strikes. Asuka takes Sky down with a superplex, but it's not enough. A nasty roundhouse rocks Sky, rebounding off the ropes for another close count. Sky responds with a running shouty strike. Sky hits a beautiful German suplex with the bridge, but Asuka breaks the pin and transitions into a modified Kimura lock. Sky breaks out of the Kimura and another armbar. Asuka goes for a Fujiwara armbar, but Sky escapes. She dropkicks Asuka off the top, sending the Empress of Tomorrow crashing to the floor. Sky dives through the ropes for a flying sunset bomb. Asuka holds on for a few moments but does crash to the floor eventually. Is this the end for Asuka? As Asuka struggles to get to her feet, Sky rolls back in. She signals for the moonsault and hits a picture-perfect one onto Asuka on the floor. Asuka and Io are back in the ring trading blows, but the challenger again goes for the cross-arm breaker. Sky is stuck in the middle of the ring, and when she tries to escape, she's nearly caught in the Asuka lock. Sky rolls up Asuka, but the Grand Slam champion escapes and sinks the Asuka lock in. Sky's in the middle of the ring. Is this it? Bayley attempts to pull the ref out but is stopped by Charlotte, who attacks her and sends Dakota Kai backing up the ramp. The distraction allows Sky to rock Asuka with a pair of knees to the back of the head. After that, the moonsault. Io Sky defeated Asuka by pinfall. Moving to the backstage segment. Back in the Bloodline locker room, Adam Pearce meets with Solo, Jimmy Uso, and Paul Heyman. Pearce has a contract for them, for the tag match with John Cena and AJ Styles. Unfortunately, the match won't be tonight. It's at Fastlane, which Heyman still doesn't like. Jimmy Uso agrees and says he'll be in the ring to sign it tonight. Solo promises Heyman that after tonight, they won't have any opponents at Fastlane. Moving to the next match. The Brawling Brutes vs Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. The Brawling Brutes face a town down under right now. Butch nearly snaps Waller's arm in half before feeding him to the monstrous Ridge Holland, who spins him around by his neck. As Holland is dominating, Kevin Patrick reminds us, for some reason, that he's responsible for the injury to Elton Prince. We probably don't have to be told that, as he already gets a lot of flack from fans for injuring Big E. Butch and Holland have Waller and Theory trapped on the barricade and the ropes, respectively, for the 10 beats. The Brutes are on fire. Theory has taken over. We see footage of the blind tag, where Theory rocks Butch with a slingshot rolling dropkick to gain control. A town down under takes turns rocking Butch in the corner with clotheslines. Ridge plants Theory with a massive spinning powerslam. He follows with an Alabama slam for a 2 count. Butch tries to keep Waller on the floor as Theory is trapped in the cloverleaf. Unfortunately for Ridge, Waller slips in and hits the rolling stunner. Theory finishes him off with a town down. A town down under defeated the Brawling Brutes by pinfall. Moving to the main event. Adam Pearce is in the ring with the table and chairs, and Cena rushes in to sign it before the rest arrive. Cena's ready for a fight. As Cena waits in the ring, AJ Styles, music hits. But the phenomenal one is nowhere to be seen. We see Jimmy Uso attacking Styles backstage. He sets the 2-time WWE champion up on some equipment boxes for Solo, who dives onto him with the big splash. Cena rushes to the back, but it's too late. When we return, AJ Styles is on a stretcher with his neck stabilized. One has to wonder, where was the OC? Paul Heyman comes out to the ring as the OC and Cena are accompanying Styles to the ambulance. Carl Anderson says, "What have I been saying the whole time? John, I've been telling him not to get involved in this bloodline stuff. I've been saying it." Carl Anderson and Mia Yim accompany Styles to the hospital. Heyman and the bloodline are in the ring, but the boos are so loud Heyman can barely get a word in. "You can boo my kosher touches as far as I'm concerned. We're getting Rocky chants here, but I'm a little doubtful." Jimmy Uso takes the mic from Heyman and says, "Well, look what happens when you mess with the bloodline." Cena rushes to the ring and takes out Solo. He plants Jey with the Protoplex, but Jimmy catches him with the superkick as he goes for the attitude adjustment on Solo. It's a 2-on-1 mauling now. Jimmy hits the splash on Cena after mocking his "you can't see me" taunt. He and Solo sign the contract, though Paul Heyman still looks unhappy. After signing, Jimmy hits another splash on Cena. It seems that Jimmy and Solo Sikoa are finally on the same page. That's it for tonight. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like and share this video. We'll see you next week for Monday Night Raw.